Hello and welcome to Operators and Expressions in Python. In this video, we will cover different types of operators in Python. In Python, operators are special symbols that are designed to perform some sort of computations. The values are that an operator acts as called operators, and operators are the construct which can manipulate the values of operands. There is an expression in Python that include operations among compatible types, such as integers, floating point, boolean. For example, basic arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and so on. Let's consider the expression 4 plus 5 equals 9. Here, 4 and 5 are operands, and the plus symbol is operator to perform addition operation. So in Python, there are different types of operators, such as arithmetic operators to perform mathematical computations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential or power calculation. The other is comparison or relational operators to evaluate Boolean expressions, either true or false. Assignment operators to assign right hand operator to the left hand operator. The other is logical operator. To this also evaluate Boolean expressions. We use logic operators. Special operators in Python are membership operators. Especially, we will learn more about membership operator when you learn data structures in Python. Identity operators to compare the identity or the memory locations of two operands. Bitwise operator is another types of operators. This also available for other programming languages. Let's try to see each operators. Arithmetic operators is a type of operators to perform different mathematical computations like addition of two or more operands, subtraction, multiplication. We use asterisk symbol for multiplication, division forward slash from keyboard, modulus to perform integer division and return the remainder of the operands, exponent or exponential or power calculations on operators, and the other is integer division. Integer division is another type of operators in Python 3. Especially in Python 3, we use double forward slash. So let's try to see an example. To perform an addition, let's declare two variables x and y by assigning the value of x and y 2 and 3. So to perform addition, we just add either both sides of the operands. X and y are operands, and the operator is addition. So this is what called addition or arithmetic expression that can perform addition operation. The result will be 5. 2 plus 3. Subtraction also, we subtract the right side operand from the left side operand. So we subtract y from x. That result will be 2 minus 3 is minus 1. The result will be minus 1. So the other is division. X divided by the left operand divided by right side operand. This type of division is what? Floating point division. Float type. So the result will be 0.66 because 2 divided by 3 is in floating division is what? To perform integer division, x, we use double forward slash x divided by 0. 2 divided by 3 is in integer division. The type is int type. The result will be 0. Why? Because the decimal it loses the decimal numbers after decimal. So in integer division the result is 0, not 0.66. So this is for instance we change the value of x for by 3. 4 by 3 is what? In integer division 1, but in floating point division the result will be 1.33 and the 1. So we use double forward slash to perform integer division in Python 3 especially. The other is multiplication. We can multiply either both sides of the operands x by y. We use asterisk symbol to perform multiplication. 4 multiplied by 3 is what? 12. Modulus is another types of arithmetic operator to perform integer division and return the remainder. So 4 divided by 3, x divided by y is 1. The remainder is what? 1. The remainder. So in modulus always return the remainders. It performs integer division and returns the remainder. But in division just return the quotient, not remainder. Either integer division or floating point division. The other is exponent. We just use double x, the power x to power y. We use a double asterisk to power. For example, we change 2. X is base and the exponent is 3. So 2 to the power of 3 is what? 8. So the result will be 8. This is what? Exponential or power calculation. So x power y. I think in other programming language we may use this symbol. I don't think so. So those are arithmetic operators. The other is comparison operators or relational operators to compare the relation between two operands. The relationship between two operands, and it evaluates a Boolean expression. It returns 0 or true or false. So for this double equal sign is equivalent operator. So it compares, it evaluates two values, two operands, either equal, the two operands are equal or not. The condition becomes true if the values of two operands are equal, false otherwise. For example, x and y, x is equal to y, it returns true, otherwise false. Not equal to, this is the symbol to evaluate not equal to. If the two operands are not equal, it becomes true, otherwise false. X is not equal to y, returns true, otherwise false. If x is equal to y, returns true, false. This is another type of logical operator that is similar with not equal to, similar to evaluate two operands are not equal or not. The other is greater than and less than. One operand is greater than the other operand, or the left operand is greater than the right operand. X is greater than to y. If it is true, returns true, otherwise false. Not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, evaluators. Let's try to see this. For example, x is equal to y, so it returns true, otherwise false. The value of x is 6, the value of y is 6, so the two operands are equal, so it becomes true. Otherwise, if we change the value of x, it becomes false, because 3 is not equal to y. So we can perform this kind of comparison using not equal to operator. X is not equal to, that is true. If x is equal to 6 and we evaluate x is not equal to, it returns true, because x 6 is equal to 6, not equal to 6. The other is x is greater than y. If it is greater than y, it returns true, otherwise false. So both are equal. For example, 7 is greater than 6, true. 7 is, for example, 3 is less than 6, returns true, false. Less than is the same, the reverse of greater than. So x is less than y, 3 is less than 6, returns true, otherwise false. Less than or equal to, that evaluates the value of x is less than or equal to, either less than or equal to. So for example, 3 is less than 6, returns true. If 6 is less than or equal to 6, that also returns true, because if it is not less than, it is equal. So we can also evaluate greater than or equal to, that evaluates x is either greater than or equal to. It evaluates two logical operations using one condition. So that returns true. For example, 7, true. X is greater than, yes, true. If it is less than, false. So those are comparison or relational operators to compare two or more, two operands, the relationship to operands, and evaluates the Boolean expression, either true or false. Assignment operator is another type of operator to assign values from right side operands to the left side operand. We use single equal sign. We are already familiar with. So 3 is assigned to x, 6 is assigned to y, z x plus y. X plus y is assigned to z, so it returns z. That is what assignment operator. So the right side operand assigns the right side operand to the left side operands. The other assignment operator is plus equal, that is add end operator. It adds right operand to the left operand and assigns the result to the left operand. Let's try this an example. If we assign x, the value of x is 8, we use add end. Add end is, this is equivalent to this one. X plus 4 is assigned to x. So the right, we add any value to the x, then assign to x. This is equivalent to this one. So returns what? 12. The same thing for subtraction. We just subtract any number, any operand from the left hand operand and assign to the left hand operand itself. This is what an assignment. Multiplication is the same thing. For multiplication is we multiply any number by the left hand operand and assign the result to the left hand operand. Assign the result to the left hand operand. So 8 by 4 is what? 32. Integer division, division is also the same. This is equivalent to this. Divide the left hand operand by 4 and assign the result to the left hand operand. X is divided by 4, assigned to the value to x itself, the result. This is assignment operator. We can also perform integer division. That is the same. We just change the operator only. We can also perform modulus. So we only need to change the operator. We can also perform exponential or power calculation. We just do like this. So this is what in exponential performs exponential calculation operators and assign value to the operand. So those are the operators, assignment operators. So different assignment operators we can perform. The other logical operators is important operator to evaluate. This also evaluate Boolean expressions, either true or false. So not is negate. If x is true, not x is what? False. The reverse is false. X is true, then not x is what? False. That is the reverse. If x is false, not x is true. The reverse of x. Not is what? Negate. Or is true if either x or y is true. To evaluate two operands and return true if either x or y is true. This is what let's try. Y is false, for instance. Then x or y, either x or y is true, returns true. Otherwise false. Both are false, it returns false. So you can I think you know more about the logical operator in mathematics and physics. So we just see how we can perform in Python. For example, true or false is true. Either x or y is true, returns true. If both are false, returns false. The other is and. True returns if x and y are true. We use AND operator. it returns true, false, because one of the two values are false. Both values must be true to return true, otherwise false. So these are the logical operators. The other is membership operators, to evaluate the variable is found in the sequence of other variable. So we will learn more about the membership operators when we learn data structures in Python. So Python's membership operators test for membership in a sequence such as strings, lists, tables. There are two membership operators as in, for example, if evaluates to true, if it finds a variable in the specified sequence of that variable, and otherwise returns false. For example, if we do have a string, x is a sequence of string hello Python, and y is we want to find any character or let's check y is find in the sequence of characters in x that returns true, otherwise false. O is found in x in the sequence of characters, so it returns true, so it evaluates the Boolean expression either true or false. So this is important to check the availability of any variable in the sequence of other variables. So especially this is important for checking the availability of any variable in dictionaries, lists, tables. The other is not in, that means not found in that sequence. For example, y is not in x, or is found in x, so it returns false. For example, any number, any string u is not found in x, returns true, otherwise false. So u is not find in sequence of characters in x. So in and not in is important to evaluate, to find any sequence of characters or list items or dictionary items. So not in evaluates to true if it does not find a variable in the specified sequence. The variable y is not find in the sequence of x. Sequence in the variable in the specified sequence of characters, or in the sequence of characters x. So x is not in y. Here not in results in 1. If it is 1 means 0, true. 0 means false in binary representation. The other important operators in Python is what? Identity operators, that compares the memory location of two objects in Python. So if we do have two variables, so we can compare the address of the two variables. Is that which means equal evaluates to true if the variables on either side of the operators point to the same object, and false otherwise. X is y. X is the memory address of x is equal to the memory address of y, which means they are in the same address, so they returns true, otherwise false. Is not that evaluates to false if the variables on either side of the operators not point to the same object. For instance, x is any 10 variable, y is 10. Let's check the memory address of both variables using id function, id of x. So also print id of y. So they are in the same memory address, so they are in the same location in memory, so they are equal. To compare those, x is y. If they are in the same memory location, that returns true, otherwise false, because the address of x and y are the same. The other is print x is not y. If they are not in the same memory address, they print, for example, let's change the value of x, 11, and print the address. The address of x is changed, so the both are not in the same address, in the same location, so returns true. X is y, returns false, because they are not in the same memory location. X is not y, returns true, because they are not in the same location. So these are important operators in Python to identify, to evaluate the location, the memory location of two objects. For example, 10.0 and 10.10. Let's try to see. The y is the object, the type of y is floating, so the memory address is different. The memory location is different because this is not integer. X is also integer, the memory address is integer. So we can evaluate x is y, that is false, because x is not in the same memory location with y. So x is not y, that is true. So those are important operators. You can read more about bitwise operators. Operators precedence. Bitwise operators is an operators to evaluate binary numbers, zeros, in the form of zeros and ones, using AND logical operators, that evaluates Boolean expressions. The other is operators precedence. We can we can learn more about operator precedent, the order of the operators, which can be performed first. That is the priority of the operators in Python. So you can read more about those topics. I hope you enjoyed to this video. Thanks for watching.